So I'll turn the camera around so you can see what I see. All right, let's go. What am I looking at?
Hey everybody. So we're at our shop in Okayama. This used to be about, I want to say 30 years ago, it was a sawmill for wood, and then it became a parts, automotive parts shop. And we actually got contacted by a neighbor because my boss lives close by, and they said, "We saw you on TV, and you know, love to let you use the shop." And so did a, now we've been using the shop for about 5 years now. But yeah, we've got over here, we have made this into a sawmill again. We've got a pretty awesome machine called the Wood Miser, which is now taken off in Japan. It's made in America, but it's really cool because it's a bandsaw, and it's the typical sawmills in Japan are stationary, and you have to have a rail that's twice as long as the piece of wood you want to cut. But the bandsaw moves, so you can just put the piece of wood on it, and it's really accurate. It's a great machine. And then we've got a little bit of storage here. Right now, we've just got like one or two projects that are stored here. And then we have a couple other places where we store wood.
You have some very big pieces of wood. Have you gotten this from local forests or anything?
Yeah, well, so we go to a couple of different Ichiba, which is like the marketplace for wood in the area. One in Tottori and one in Okayama, and then sometimes another one in Shimane. And we buy the round.
That's right. My first interview with you was at
That's right. Yeah, we were
at the
Ichiba
log.
in Tottori.
Yeah. What do you call it? Log sales? No.
Exactly. Basically, yeah. I mean, it's a log market. And so we tend to, I mean, we don't get all of our wood from there, but we're moving towards trying to get all of our wood, buy it actually from the rounds, and then mill it up ourselves, dry it ourselves. It's just easier as a carpenter to do it the way you want to do it. Like, make sure it's the quality. I mean, there's a lot of great wood dealers that we get quality products from, but there's something about getting your hands on all that is just, fun.
So what do you look for when you look at the logs? What are you looking for?
Well, so when you first, this is slightly milled right here. When you first go to the Ichiba, the market, you can't see any of the inside, right? So you're basically, the amount of information you have is, you can see knots on the outside. You can see the nendi, which are like the growth rings. You can see how tight they are. Usually they're pretty recently cut because you go at the time of the year when it's good to cut the logs, and so the coloring is different. So you can kind of get a good idea of the coloring, and based on the way that you see the splitting in the end grain, and then the shape of the piece, you can get a good idea about what's inside. But it is a little bit of a lottery. It's kind of you never know exactly what you're going to get. But we're lucky to be in Japan where they're taking such good care of their forests, and you've still got people who are taking off the branches of these trees while they're growing, so that the inside looks immaculate and is really easy to use. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a trial and error process, learning what to find. And we're in the beginnings of that, but we've got a couple of good teachers who come and help us buy stuff right now. So it's been a pretty cool process to learn about that. But the hardest thing to find is wonky logs. Sometimes you want, like, the old buildings in Japan have these very curved beams, but it doesn't make sense for the market to take those out of the woods and put them on a truck because they don't load up well. So they just go to chip.